유서 깊은 사조라는 것은 개인의 의견은 중요치 않습니다. 중요한 실칙은 야수파의 전통에 반하는 형태의 과제를 수행했다는 것이겠죠. 다른 동물의 소재로 보강했던 부분을 제거하고 원본의 힘줄을 여러 겹 덧대어 보강해 보도록 하겠습니다.
If you say so, Marsalt. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamak. This is Twining Threads, which I suppose does actually make sense given that we're getting Forvists. Sangria. This looks like a boss fight. It has a little renewable symbol on it, and it gives out a lot more threads than usual, so it does appear to be a farmable boss fight. For materials, we are not pulling in Marsalt's new identity for this. I'm not leveling him up just so he can screw up my Blood Fiend setup. Just not gonna happen. But anyhow, yeah, start the battle. We do have both of our Durante charges prepared. I was tempted to use it for the index. After leaving Rienne's quarters, we explored the index corridor for a while. We do have both our Durante charges. I was tempted to use the slowdown for the ring, but I've decided no. We probably will need it for this nonsense. We didn't find anything that could help piece Ryoshu's memories back together. Great work! Now that just leaves the Pinky Nurse Father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back doors for us to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but our guideline makes it a bit difficult to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante. Ah, okay. Glad we could help. Dante replies they're happy to have been of assistance. Well then, it's been a pleasure. After a brief round of handshakes, Alan returned to the forward base. We probably should have done the same, but... wanna take a look around here anyway? Sure. As we had more business here than simply checking the doors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor. The Pinky Nurse Father's room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. Even though I was certain we'd traversed through quite a few rooms, we'd somehow found ourselves back at the starting point. There are some small design differences between each room that help tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which is which unless we look really hard at every detail. Where are we now? The kitchen? How do you know that? I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch Fixer clips together, so I thought I'd come visit. It's someone you all have met too, I think. It was... must be another one who was severed by Arashiki. Damn, you might be right. His name was Ren, the Pinky Apprentice. I tick-tocked, but no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose that only makes sense. After all, his existence registered to no one here but me. So, when you said back at K-Core that you'd cooked before, you were talking about this, huh? Yep. I used to perform intense culinary artistry here. Your scabbard's shaking. The reviews were glowing. One of them was YUM, meaning, yeah, unbelievably mouthwatering. The scabbard, Araya, was definitely shaking from side to side in a valiant effort to deny Ryoshu's claim. Must have been pretty damn bad, huh? I've had a hard time believing her if you ask me. What did you usually make? Boxed lunch. Boxed lunch that kids might bring to grade school with sausages cut like octopuses and tamagoyaki. A bit simple to be intense culinary artistry, don't you think? IF. Didn't you know? There's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. So I want octopus sausages, tamagoyaki and... Why are we making sausages out of an octopus? No, I mean sausages cut like octopuses. And why are we cutting sausages into octopus shapes? 'Cause it's adorbs, that's why! Something like this? What? What's that? Sausages carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single suction cup. Come on, I didn't mean like a real-life octopus. It's gotta be adorbs, K. Isn't this all the SD once it goes down the gullet? Why is it important? But, Mommy, there's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. IDU. Huh? You're doing your weird acronyms again, aren't you? It means I don't understand. That's when you say IDK, Mom. SMH. These must be some of the happiest memories that Ryoshu and Araya shared. The sinners, me and Araya, even as a scabbard, could imagine or recall them in full. But for Ryoshu, the most important part of those memories remains sliced away. Still, if we can continue to piece more and more of her memories together by going over these places. Do you want to check out what's upstairs too? As soon as I asked, however, the sinner's footsteps came to a simultaneous stop. Wait. Hang on, Clockhead. Don't open the door just yet. I looked back and found Kira and Heathcliff poised to fight, hands on their weapons. This way, manager. And Mersault, who realised what that indicated, yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments... So, there was someone guiding those whelps. Figured they send more than fodder to the House of Spiders. Stinks of wet dog. The claws of a massive paw slashed through just where he had been standing. Wolf mask? It really is, as Maestro Emilie Benoit said, this place is already occupied. If you would be so kind as to help me with directions. Is this where Master Callisto's art is located? The question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf mask, and unlike the four of us we had encountered thus far, she seemed to make it a point to speak and act with decorum. But the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed this air of faux civility. Sure you're at the right address, lady? Robounk's stuff ain't in this part of the house. Find a different corridor. Yes, I am aware. But I'm not here looking for his creations, which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage. I could feel her intense gaze, even though her face was obscured by the mask. And there was no doubt that her eyes were bearing down on Ryoshu. Suddenly, I was reminded of what Rien had said moments before he fled through the corridor. We let them observe us too freely. Huh? What was that, mate? The four of us got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders have fallen, and the Ryoshu has their possession of the Arashiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whether she's completed or not. Ryoshu as she is now. Isn't that intriguing for once? My name is Rufo. Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the Five Fingers, Master Callisto's final and posthumous masterpiece. As docent of Fauvism, please allow me the honor of escorting you to our gallery. Do I want to? Maybe it's tacky for me to point out how absolutely massive her knockers are. Actually, no, it's definitely tacky, but it still has to be said. Don't see the point in hanging out with people in those unaesthetic AM. As expected, Ryoshu declined Rufo's request with a curt reply. And Araya too, rattled angrily in the docent's general direction. Then, I'm afraid my only remaining option is to rely on our usual method of ushering. How are our odds? I dunno, she's probably tougher than me at my maxed out stats. Really? The shape of her ring suggests that she is a docent of the school of Fauvism. Her position is comparable to a capo of the thumb, or a big sibling of the middle. Verily, that make her a foe who may surpass even Ricardo's might, or, with a stroke of ill fortune, even Lei Hang. Doubt she's anywhere near as strong as Lei Hang. Our chances are HOHOM. Half or more? I like those odds. Half of half or more. Dude, really? 25% odds is still kinda good when we have both Durante charges. Outmoded, has-been. Why seek out the art of a has-been after all this time? It was a decision met with much confusion from the outset. To entrust such a momentous project in the hands of one such as Callisto, why everyone agrees it is no less foolish than casting a pearl before swine. And they were quite on point with that assessment. His Overg, recovered from the house, were more tools than art, so that the likes of workshop meisters might assemble. No self-respecting meister would create such mundanities and call them art. Now, I must ask for your forgiveness for presuming you would be no different from the rest of his work. But what I observed above this room completely changed my perspective. The scorched corridor, the ferrety with which you've scarred the walls and floor, as though a frenzied beast had torn through them. There is but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind. At least you've got a passable eye for art. Yoshihide, I asked you, have you ever considered pursuing art of a further elevated beauty? It will be an experience that departs from the dilapidated remnant that dubs itself corporism, a movement so constrained by its obsession of the human corpus that once it had depleted all meaning it had to offer, it began piling on empty definitions onto itself. Fauvism is a movement that has broken the traditional mold. Unfettered like the beast that roams free, we dare to ask ourselves questions that challenge the mind. What is man? What are things? What does it mean to trace the origin? How do we define that which we call le fauve? These are subject matters that have led us fauves into the field of fertile creativity. Should you, a wielder of that relic, enter the fold of our movement, it will layer your work with such an unrelenting spectrum of colours that it will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be of much greater worth than what you may have learned from a teacher like Callisto. Never considered him my teacher, not a real one anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I considered some of the work created by your school acceptable, at least among the ring's art. Or not, I can't remember. Then will you? But I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue. The one you pursue? Didn't the sight you claim to have seen clue you in? Oh, it did. I do understand. Your art may appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation, it reveals a fierce, dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness as the connecting suture. Your blade work too shows much multi-layeredness. Mere keenness often entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such limit by scorching the tail end of each slash. Truly a unique aesthetic sense. I believe I've sufficiently understood the extent of artistic merit imbued in that scene. No, you didn't. Lesser painters like you are such mediocrities that they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do it little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes and call that shallowness hell's beauty. The sorrow condensed into a cry held in an instant, wrath unbound from the yoke of reason, the fading gleam of despair in the hue. You give no thought to each what each of those emotions signifies, instead obsessing over the cursory qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I won't have followed you another long-winded lesson. Ryoshu raised her scabbard. Pointillists, Forvists, Suprematists, Blow-raters, Cubists. I visited my share of the ring's galleries, heard their commentaries, but none of them were to my liking. Your art is an overcomplicated pile of definitions buried under symbols, caked in patchworks of empty shells. You and your art both talk damn too much. Just like Callisto's, keep trying to take from the other movements, forcing meaning where there was none. Excess is easy, anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct, the art of abbreviation. Alas, if all is one by one abbreviated away, nothing remains in its absence, making the void left behind completely bereft of meaning. No, the void is what remains, and it holds things that can't be found anywhere else. What is this, a minimalist manifesto? No, my aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculacy, a state of perfection wherein further abbreviation is an impossibility. SANGRIA. A bit abstract, isn't it? Too removed, too plain, with a distinct lack of any meaningful, striking qualities. What exactly is it that elevates your art above that of Fauvism? Painters. We're the stubborn sort that mere words can't convince. Indeed, there is no discipline more subjective than that of art. Discourse concerning its nature may extend for days on end, but it will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day. Then I suppose I'll have to carve it right into your eyes. Please do, though I'm afraid it may be overshadowed by the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetics. I, a docent of Les Fauvismes, shall personally welcome you to my critique session. Octopus! Okay, we kinda know what these guys should be like. If target does not have bleed, inflict bleed count. On hit, inflict a mold color, gain attack power up for every mold color inflicted. Welling Inspiration. When this unit or an ally is hit, gain offense level up next turn. When this unit is killed, inflict 3 mold color on 2 random enemies. On death, give a resource of the least owned affinity. They expect you to spam ego for this fight, gotcha. But what sort of... Oh man, you're starting off with a finishing touch. Expression of primary colors. Inflict mold color blue. Inflict mold color rouge. Gain 2 protection for every allied Fauvis student of the ring. If this unit used critique, gain 2 protection and heal 5 SP instead, starting from the next turn. At lower than -15, double the healing. If no allied Fauvis students remain, gain fragile and reduce the skill's SP to 0. Immediately before being hit by a skill that has 1 attack weight, if there is an allied student of this ring, that unit takes the attack instead, 2 times per turn excluding assist units. At the end of the turn using critique, if an allied student was defeated, refill its vacancy with the same student. Every turn start, the student that refilled the vacancy gains allies defeated this encounter fragile and offense level down to a maximum of 10 each. Wow! Les Fauvismes, Color Sauvage. Inflict 1 vibrant power next turn to cylinders that have mold color rouge, blue, and touche hard simultaneously. Yep, this is Rhodian. If target has 3, 6, or 9 of mold color and blue, or rouge and blue, inflict 2, 3, or 4 vibrant instead. Gross. Intrinsic is the outward appearance of each animal is a distinct purpose. We less wolves who awaken and express the variety of those we call wild beasts among them. Randomly apply offense level and defense level up to allies equal to the number of turns each unit has survived. So don't leave them alive, got it. If an allied student is staggered, recover them from stagger. All attack type and affinity resistance becomes fatal, so they get back up but they're still taking a lot of extra damage. If a student is in panic, heal their SP up to 45. Gain the effect of fixed panic. A panic type does not change when inflicted with an effect that changes panic types. Instead, inflicted with an effect inflicted against targets without SP. If this unit is in panic, reset SP to 20. At 20 HP, gain a new pattern. Remove all effects other than those exclusive to this unit. Gross! First turn start of the new pattern, gain Max Deluge and heal up to 45 SP. Gain max and min speed and inflict more potency. Before hitting, if they have no seeking count or bleed count, then inflict 2 count of that type. One might ask what even distinguishes the Forbes from the factions such as Heisho's, Arcor packs, and more that incorporate beasts into their identities. A reasonable query, of that where there is no doubt. To that which I say we are distinguished by transcendence of beastliness into artistic costumery, where the Heisho have mindlessly jammed it into their autonomies, disregarding their aesthetic qualities. Coloriage Impulsif. Deal extra damage for all effects but gain fragile. Decrease after losing a clash. Great. Rufo, level 66. Actually, what do these guys have? If targets more color, deal more damage and gain fragiles. Gotcha. Don't use your counters. Whatever. Okay, you know what? You can hit this guy, but we'll give it a one-sided attack.
이 피아톡을 마실걸?
No! Why?
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다!
검을 덜 갈았었나?
Oh, and now she's gone very upset. Well darn. You have SP, so I want you to go down, but also... Yeah, let's not give Kira... I feel like I want to give you that hit because I don't like the idea of taking a Wrath skill unguarded.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지. 따뜻한.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
이 식구를 건드렸겠다.
I appreciate it, but I think this might stagger Gregor because he doesn't have enough HP thanks to the bleed. Oh wait, no. Gregor might have gotten lucky there because when unbroken skill stuff. Wow, that was surprisingly handy. Wait, what happened there?
내가 어버이보다 뛰어났지.
At 3+ middle grudge, reuse this coin 3 times. Oh. Okay, sure. You do that. Scheisenheimer. Target fixed. Oh boy. What's this nonsense? Clash 2 power for every negative effect on the target. If the target has Palette Vibrant, Clash power 6. If target is equipped to defense skills while having Palette Vibrant, Clash power 6 and negative 90% damage instead. Clash lose. Damage from the skill does not turn damage. On hit, reuse this coin. On hit after losing a clash, reuse this coin, but only once. Does not trigger. This is critique. Okay. We can beat that easily. Wait, what does it have on the hit? Inflict bleed count and singing count. Gotcha. But we have to remember
상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없군.
Palette Vibrant. We haven't lost that many clashes, so we don't have that much rouge on us.
상담은 나중으로
It does exist, though.
그럴 여유가 없군. 상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없군.
Target fixed, huh? It's a real shame that we don't have enough for Sanguine Desire. That would be fun. But these are these clashable counter skills or... No, these are just standard skills, so we aren't stacking up this bleed as of yet. That's weird stuff, though. Unbreakable coins. No. Keep going with that because we want to win these clashes as much as possible so other people have easier times with their clashes.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
산초를 경을 온 라샹.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
Oh, you got so lucky there, Gregor. But that was a stagger.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
Wow, Cleanup actually won that.
사십. 먹지. 너희의 무기로
Wait, that wasn't a stag.
승리로 이끌.
Right, Clash Lose does not stagger the target. It just looked like a stagger for some weird reason. So she's intercepting that attack. Cool. Oh yeah, 10 grudges. So consume or middle the grudge end. Yeah, I guess that's just her super powerful attack that she gets to throw around whenever she wants. Oh, but because we have all those bleed and sinking stacks on us now, they're getting coin power bonuses on us. That's a little unpleasant. And because we haven't actually been killing anyone, they are actually stacking up a lot of offense level.
퍼레이드와 피날레. 이 구속구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔 턱없이 모자르지. 왕의 비호를
아이씨, 짜증나게.
아류 산초 경연 조치. 찢겨라.
Oh, I made a mistake. Blood Fiend identities means that they can actually kill themselves with their own attacks quite effectively. And they're dying to bleed effects, so we can't actually get the...
바이올렛, 브레이크
If they die to the bleed effects, then we don't get the SP for the kills, but we do get Blood Feast. That's nice. We need Les Sangres de Sancho for this. Holiday would actually work here. And Rega has started up Man in Scabbard so he can start saving up for his ultimate attack. Unbreakable coin though, that's Ishmael's sinking stacks. Oh, for some reason I mistook him for Heathcliff. No, that's not what we want. Five to 10 doesn't look like much, but remember, 2 defense power up. We have maxed out resonance, so everyone gets a defense skill boost. Well, all the Kurokumo get a defense skill boost.
자, 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
왕의 비밀.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
우리 식구를 가둔 놈 나와!
The advantage of all these unbreakable coins is actually that, the advantage of the unbreakable coins is that Middle the Grudge does actually rocket up pretty effectively.
자, 맛볼 시간이다.
Oh! Tushade. Target has palette vibrant.
할 말이 남았나요?
Ishmael is fine, she removed the effect. Oh, damn it.
즐기고 있다.
Mold color rouge, mold color blue. He shouldn't have Tushade.
즐기고 있다.
So he's sort of fine there. The problem is that it all gets blended together with all these debuffs being thrown around. Actually, I said it before, didn't I? This is a turn where Sanguine Desire is going to rack up a lot of power. Sanguine de Sancho. Sanguine de... On hit, heal 3 HP. She's going to hit 4 times, that's about 12 HP, but she's also going to heal 50% of the damage dealt to a maximum of 20. 32 healing. The downside is gloom damage, it's going to hurt a lot. Plus coin drop.
가족을 위해 나가서 싸워. 내가 봐주지.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
You can't even let us have all our clashes. What a rotten woman.
주는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면
You are worthy of the privilege to behold my prize needlework.
너희의 목이 이 혈.
The enemy is not staggered, it's not safe to attack. And she has 2 new skills to play with. In this turn, this unit uses a powerful attack. Max and min speed plus 15. Take more damage from unopposed, deal more damage with unopposed. If the slot target by this unit's unopposed attack is 2+ aggro, reduce increased damage from this effect by 5% per aggro stack to a minimum of 0. On Clash Lose, gain damage up, next 5 per turn. At turn end, the damage up effect gained, or attack end of an attack that hits a sinner, damage up expires. Inflict Vibrant Palette to sinners that have mold color, blue, red, blue, and Touche Hade simultaneously. Oh, great. Gain 8 protection, but gain fewer for every type of negative effect on the unit. On Clash Lose, use Burst Forth the Pummels and Crimson. Gain Fragile from this effect for the next turn. Gain defense level each time this unit is hit by a skill coin. Defense level gain expires. On Clash Lose 1 defense level each time this unit is hit by a skill next turn instead. So we're hoping for Burst Forth Pulsing Crimson, but then beating it. So we definitely need to save up our skills. And good thing we have Durante at 35% HP. Convert Mask de Loup into Mask de Loup and Slung Ma, and convert all coins into unbreakables, gain min and max speed, inflict more potency. That is gross. So basically she gets to the end of her lifespan and she goes insane. We might actually need Irei for this. I hate how much aggro he gets. We can't do anything. She's gonna hit him twice, and one of them will be with the high damage.
성공은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없고.
Gain aggro to the leftmost skill slot. Gain protection for every 2 stacks. If this unit is staggered due to damage and has 40+ man in scabbard, all the resistance values are fixed to 2 and recover from stagger. It's not enough. Unless if Don Quixote takes an unopposed attack,
상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없고.
for every 3 HP damage taken, huh? No, it'll reach 40. It'll reach 40 man in scabbard.
상담은 나중으로 하지.
I'm
지금은
I am 100% triple checking everything to make sure that I understand how this is going. Yeah, he'll gain it. He'll gain man in scabbard. And then it should cancel out his stagger next turn. We'll save Rosette Desire for the turn when Ishmael can actually flash again.
산소를 경을 온 라샹 끝을 낼 시간이다.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
꿀을 건드렸겠다.
Plus coin drop. Better late than never.
맛볼 시간이다.
미안하게 고통.
따스한 피.
Oh, you're in for a nasty beating. Can clash regardless of speed. Clash lose deal way less damage. Damage from this skill doesn't stagger. On hit does not trigger sinking. Inflict mold color rouge, blue, and touch herd. I think the word for you is screw you, man. Screw you. Ishmael gains a pride weakness from using this ego. I'm 90% sure on that.
말이 남았나요?
It doesn't actually tell me that here, though. Yes, pride weakness. We cannot have her take that skill specifically. Wait, did it remove the plus coin drop? She was supposed to have enough bind to get the plus coin. Dang it. We have to keep in mind that she does have enough coins to lose all that bleed count. On the upside, Ryoshu is actually moving fast enough to actually get her paralyzed to help out for once. That's nice.
죄인인가?
아이씨, 짜증나게. 따뜻한
And this inflicts offense level down, which will help other people with clashing, but there's no more bleed on the target.
이 검은, 이 명예는, 이 영광은
이빨이지 않을 테니.
Now here's the problem. I'm pretty sure that is going to be the lead up to her super attack. Which is why, as tempting as it was to Sanguine Desire this turn, I didn't.
너희의 목이 이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
With a palette of color. Unfocused volley. Prioritize targets that have palette vibrant. Does not trigger defense skills, excluding clashable guards. Can clash with a skill regardless of speed. Final power for every negative effect on target. Clash power +6 for palette vibrant. Deal extra damage against each target separately. If target has to equip defense skills, deal 90% less damage. Clash lose, gain damage down and paralyzed. Damage from the skill cannot stagger. On hit does not trigger sinking effects. This coin hits all targets on the final coin.
할 말이 남았네요. 나는 어떤 말도 할 수 없어.
I think we were supposed to space out who gets hit by what. You actually don't have that much of anything, but you don't have a strong skill that can do the trick. We can't take it with you. We definitely can't take it with you.
식사는 즐기고 있다.
So basically, yeah. Who has our best odds of winning this nonsense? That isn't Ishmael, because Ishmael will start giving. The problem with Blind Obsession, inflicts sinking to one other ally actually matters a lot here. You have it, so she will actually get a clash boost against you.
식사는 즐기고 있다.
Yeah, palette vibrate here. Palette vibrate there. Palette vibrate. No palette vibrate.
할 말이 남았나요?
No palette vibrate. Palette vibrate. This is going to entirely depend on us not losing a single clash here. And we're at 35 SP, so there is a higher than usual chance.
쑥쑥쑥
나가서 싸워.
죄인인가?
뒤는 누가 봐주지.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면.
Oh, you know what I didn't do when I was looking at her skills for the other thing? Undone by can only be undone by taking a bite out of it.
짜증나게.
So the thought that struck me. No, I have this thought in my head. I must not forget. I didn't look at how much bleed potency Rodian's identity inflicts.
상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없군.
잠깐 숨 좀.
Kurokuma Final Blade. I forgot the important thing about Rodian's ability though. She reduces bleed count on allies. That's going to be very important for keeping people alive with how much bleed is being tossed about. Reduce bleed count by 3.
쑥쑥쑥
나가서 싸워.
죄인인가?
뒤는 누가 봐주지.
행진했고 이것이 서로의 피날레다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
Now here's the thing, if she gets a counter hit on Gregor, I think Gregor is actually poised to trigger the retaliation from oh, that was bad. As I was saying, if she hits Gregor too hard, then Heathcliff should jump in and hit her with a full power street of the back streets.
브레이크 슬랩!
먹지. 이 정도로 나와 겁낼 만한데?
Although, apparently, because he resists the sloth damage, even though she hit him with a full stream of unbreakable coins at maximum damage, he barely felt it.
행진을 멈추지 마라. 이 좁디 좁은 왕국을 넘어 멸망한 그 땅으로 돌아갈 때까지 보아라. 저들이 우리의 모습을 우러러 보는 것을.
So, Mersault got 753. Heathcliff got 612, probably due to all the side attacks he gets off. Rodian got 581. Don Quixote got 558. Ishmael got 205. Look at Gregor, he took 310 damage, and unfortunately Ryoshu didn't get to do much. And that was actually a clear, so we can see what this will be next time. Until then, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.